If I could if I could Dexter up the back of my car, then maybe.
Yeah.
Why don't you?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
I might put it to other uses.
Those other uses could maybe also use plastic sheeting.
This bonus episode of Rabbit Troop Sucks has been brought to you by plastic sheeting. Are you going to commit a crime or do something else? Plastic sheeting. And we're back. Hey, everybody, this is a bonus episode. You didn't think we were going to be back? Well, that's the GD holiday spirit in Rabbit Troop Sucks.
That's right. Unannounced, motherfuckers. Happy Christmas.
You thought Gremlins was it? We're just going to do Die Hard too.
Yeah, we start off this episode by committing crimes.
We're doing Die Hard 2, by the way.
Yeah.
Tonight.
Yeah, so we were like, let's just do another episode. That'd be funsies. So, unprompted, yes, next week or the upcoming episode is still Last Action Hero 1993. That's how we'll close off the year. But in the meantime, some bonus Rabbit Troop Sucks, Die Hard 2 1990. And as always, we are a podcast about obscure, forgotten about, and often overlooked films. And the Christmas spirit brought us back. And I'm Paul, and next to me is Mike.
I'm Mike.
There's Jeremy.
That's Jeremy.
Tally-ho.
And Colin.
I'm Mike. No, wait.
Wait a minute.
I know for a fact this guy doesn't party.
I know for a fact this guy is Mike.
Colin's not going to know anybody's name in this movie.
Yeah, we were all visited by a series of ghosts the other night, and they're like, guys, bonus ep.
They're like, you will deliver it for the kids.
They showed us the future where everyone was sad. They're like, man, if only Rabbit Troop Sucks had done Die Hard 2.
And they're like a cooked goose for everyone.
My son wouldn't have died from polio or whatever.
But now your cooked goose has brought us back.
That's right.
For everyone. The biggest goose in the store, friend. John McClane attempts to avert disaster as rogue military operatives seize control of Dulles International Airport in Washington, D.C. And you know where Dulles International Airport is in this movie? Stapleton Airport,
That's
Colorado. Right. Boom. We got a Colorado connection. We got the Christmas spirit. One with the devil.
That's right. I was just
Was this really filmed in
day.
Stapleton Airport?
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, like a good
Really?
chunk of this was that church. That's Colorado. Where did I say that was? I looked that up too.
Yeah, it was in Weld County.
Oh, yeah.
Which is like the largest county.
Right.
But that church is there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a Colorado connection. There's
There you go.
Ebenezer Scrooge.
Right?
There's the Ghost of Christmas Past, which is this movie. There's the Ghost of Christmas Present, which is us watching this movie. And the future is everyone listening to this episode.
Yay.
We did it. Jeremy, what are you drinking for this bonus holiday?
This is a Manhattan.
Ooh.
Yeah, big beef.
Yeah, well, that is some big beef.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know what to say about any of this. But
gonna die
we
hard.
haven't done Die Hard 1, but Die Hard 2. And there was like discussion. HBO, or I think we were watching this on through Apple, lists this as Die Hard 2, Die Harder. And
Yeah.
we put the kibosh on that. That's no. This is just Die Hard 2, 1990.
Right. As well as all the other ones should be. They shouldn't have like some weird phallic catchphrase to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one needs that shit.
Yeah. This isn't Fast and Furious. This is Die Hard. This is Die Hard. We have a lot of people. I mean, we have Bruce Willis, John McClane, back in action. I mean, as always, going into this new year, I just wish nothing but the best of Bruce Willis. I mean, this guy has brought us so much joy through all these films that we'll still discuss. I mean, so amazing. We have... I was skipping now. We have William Sadler. Last we saw William Sadler was in Demon Knights. He also plays Death in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journeys. And this guy, he's also in Shawshank Redemption. This guy's like a treasure. Like think about all the roles this guy plays, and all of them are pretty fantastic every which way around. I can't really think of any role I have seen him in. Maybe like not always the best movies, but like some movies that he's been in, he always does well. William Atherton plays Richard Thornburg.
Walter Peck.
Yeah, we'll see him again.
This guy, I hear this guy's got a small dick.
This guy is we're gonna see him in the new year. I'll just kind of jump ahead a little to that, but we'll still see you with Last Action Hero before that. But we're gonna see him again. We get Reginald Vell Johnson, he's back as Al really briefly.
Yeah,
This
he's
is
in
like
it for 2 minutes.
like almost like a throwaway role. John Amos, he plays Grant. This guy died actually this year at 84. So at a heart failure, which
Yeah, it's a
made me-
bummer.
Yeah,
John Amos is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, Coming to America, Good Times. This guy is totally classic. We get a lot of people you recognize every which way. I mean, who could forget the award-winning role of Carmine Lorenzo in this? And so we'll talk about all that.
John Leguizamo's in it for 0.3 seconds.
T2, Richard Patrick also makes a little
Robert Patrick.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah, not Filter, but Robert Patrick T2.
Filters.
There is a
Sorry, man. Hey, man,
there's a
nice shot.
United States senator in this movie.
Really?
How dare you?
Yeah.
Who?
It's Fred Thompson.
Why is he in this movie?
He's the head guy at the tower.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the DA.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, is this a Law and Order thing?
yeah.
yeah.
Damn it.
No, I mean, he was a legitimate United States senator.
Wait,
he
no
took
shit?
over. Yeah, he took over Al Gore's position back in 94
94 to 2003.
when he became a vice president.
Are you
and-
on this, Colin?
Yep.
That's wild. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Colin's our oracle.
United
Yeah.
States Senator from Tennessee from 94 to 2003. Damn, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought you were also making like a Law and Order reference.
Yeah.
no, I have never seen an episode of Law and Order.
Get
You're not missing anything. That
out of
show's
town.
boring and stupid.
Get out of town. Never
I'm
once.
serious.
Like ever.
Not a single fucking episode.
Like of any like
Of
sub
any
series.
Law and Order.
There is like
episodes, never,
probably
never.
like I'm gonna throw out a real number. I bet there's 1,500 episodes of Law and Order. All of them. Throwing it out. That's so many Law and Orders.
I have been through a room when it was on. I have never watched an episode of Law and Order.
Dum dum.
I want to die the only man on planet Earth that's never seen an
Yeah.
episod of Law and Order.
Nah, you're missing out, buddy.
Yeah.
Sam Waterston.
That's how
Jerry
that's how
Orbach.
you get into heaven.
Well, let me give you this future cassette, Jeremy. Let me change your ways.
Non sequitur, but I just noticed the monkey on Collin's sweater. It looks like it's wearing Juggalo makeup.
Why? What's your
Yeah.
problem?
No, that's
Mike,
it. I just noticed.
Mike did not want to participate in Christmas sweater night.
I'm going to
Monkey's
give
like a
you.
good time.
Yeah.
What do you want?
I want to open up with a little holiday magic, a little razzmatazz.
Are you going to do a magic trick? Guys, you didn't see it. It's great.
So I watch this movie in the background quite often, and I was like, maybe we should do an episode. And Mike looked at me kind of skeptical. He was like, "Well, what?" And I was like, "Die Hard 2." Mike looked less skeptical when I said that, and I'm gonna just say I love this movie. This movie's a lot of fun and crazy. It's a real tangent from Die Hard 1, and I think that's gonna be like everyone's big problem. Maybe not everyone's problem in the room, but like problem, I think, comparing it. But one of the big pieces of trivia that I read was this movie like doubled its intake from Die Hard
Right.
1.
Like that feeling is only retroactive. Like
yeah.
in the moment, this movie fucking slayed.
Right. Yeah, right. Maybe later people are like, I don't know if it's good as like number one, as like the directors and Bruce Willis are like dancing and like raining cash. So like, who cares? But the last time I saw this movie in full, sorry, that was a little tangential getting there. The last time I saw this movie in full, a lot of times background or whatever, I watched this movie on a VR app, and I watched it with a random dude in Hawaii, and he told me all about Hawaii, and we talked about Die Hard 2. It was kind of a bizarre moment. If that guy listens to our podcast, I was that guy.
Did you tell him about our
There you go.
podcast?
No, we didn't have. A
We didn't have it
podcast
then?
at that-
Okay.
At that point,
But wouldn't it be great if he was a listener?
yeah, that'd be. I'd be like, oh my god.
I'm
Let's
surprised
make
you
him
were
a
down
listener.
for that because you hate talking to people that you don't know.
Yeah, it was kind of like a weird thing. That's funny you say that, Mike, because that is also the last time I ever used that app to watch a full movie. I felt just kind of weird about the whole situation,
Yeah.
and I felt like I had a legitimate conversation with someone. We were really like kind of like going through Die Hard 2, and the guy was clearly like roughly our age and kind of saw it maybe at our age. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm just kind of speculating. But then there was like this backdrop of sadness where this guy's like, I really don't like where I live and it kind of sucks here. And I was like, oh.
In Hawaii, he doesn't like it?
I kind of noted that. He's like,
Who
dude.
fucking who, bro?
Well, he's like, not everywhere is everywhere you think Hawaii. And I live at like a kind of crappy area of Hawaii. And I was like, oh. And I was like, then it got real. And I was just like, Die Hard 2.
I mean, there's crappy places everywhere, but a crappy place in Hawaii is closer to cool places than like we are.
Are there crappy places in Hawaii?
I don't know.
Probably relative to the nice places in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
Yeah, what do you want?
relative to the rest of the United
I
States.
feel like regardless of where you are in Hawaii, you're like 30 minutes away from the cool. I'm sorry, listeners, because that's probably wrong, but I feel like you can just get to the cool parts pretty quick.
You can just like lay down in Hawaii and go to sleep and not have to worry about like insects or snakes fucking biting you. Like you're good.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Right. I mean, they got volcanoes though.
Well, yeah, I'm sure those will wake you up though.
Yeah.
Before you go.
Go-going is also what you do in Hawaii.
Yeah.
We've already gone off track.
Hey, Merry Christmas.
We're on track. No, it's kind of a bizarre way to watch a movie. It's kind of like a new thing to try.
In a volcano, yeah.
And I was kind of overall in, but I was like, yeah, I don't think that's for me.
Yeah.
When I meet random people online, which is very rare, and then it turns into like, it's not Die Hard 2, and let's talk about sadness. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, more Die Hard 2.
Yeah, less talking.
You know, it's not going good for old John McClane here because
right out of the gate.
He's in D.C., and it's noted he's not even a New York police officer anymore. He transferred to NYPD, and he did it for his wife, and he's going to give his whole sob story to this officer who is having his car towed. And I feel right from the get-go, this guy's whole personality, I don't think this is how two police officers would interact. Even if he had the car towed, I don't think this is how he would act during this. Which is
not
like
in a modern society.
Because McClane isn't coming off like hot at first. He's just like, oh man, my car's being towed. I'm trying to pick up my wife. Like, here's my situation. I'm actually a police officer. Maybe you cut me some slack. I actually used to be NYPD, but I would transfer for my wife. My wife kind of makes my life suck now, but like, can you cut me a break? It's Christmas. The guy's like, nope.
I was in LA once. I hated it.
Here's my question here. Why the fuck is he parking in front of the fucking airport?
Also my
he knows
question.
his wife's plane isn't going to land for like a fucking hour. Why
gonna
don't he
land
just
right there.
fucking park his car?
Right, like, does John McClane not know how airports work? Because the movie starts and he is running towards his parked car that he is not with. Like, where was he coming from, and why did he leave his car there?
I went to get a hot dog.
Yeah, he's from New York. He doesn't know.
Yeah, he
doesn't know how
was
driving
trying to
works.
find like a soft pretzel or whatever the fuck.
Pretzel,
Yeah,
soda,
He's getting a coney.
yeah, right.
chiclets, pack of gum.
That would have been a fucking fantastic scene. He just comes back with like the two ends of the hot dog like
Yeah.
flopping in a bun as he's running towards his car.
We could superimpose that. You know, this is what the internet and AI is for.
Right.
Didn't I send you guys the video of Darth Vader set to Lindsey Buckingham's Holiday
Yes, you
Road?
did.
Yeah, that was strong.
Yeah, that was. I think my note was, thank God the internet.
Yeah,
is
we
useful.
did it. AI is finally pulling its own weight here.
Right. That's what we need. We need John McClane hot dog hands.
Yeah, I mean,
make it happen.
We can put. We got the walkie-talkies in ET. Let's put the hot dog in John McClane.
Maybe he doesn't need a gun.
In his hands.
That's how you die hard.
No.
With your hot dog and John.
I said what I said.
like Spielberg. I don't want these kids to see gun hands. I want hot dog hands. So everyone's gonna have some floppy dogs.
Oh, that got me.
John McClane's floppy dogs.
Yeah.
A business idea. TM. We'll work on that.
Colin's in.
Yeah.
We killed Colin.
Yeah, Colin's gone now. He's-
Colin vanished like
Bailey's
Obi-Wan.
is just burning
nothing
right
but-
now.
there's a robe on the floor.
There's just a Christmas sweater.
All right, I'm back.
Okay, good. Here we go.
Well, car's towed.
Yeah,
and
shit.
McClane's in the airport
Yeah.
doing nothing.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, he's like, well, I don't have a car. Might as well go in this airport.
Yeah, I mean, where else?
So through this, we meet William Sadler's character. He
Yeah.
plays Stuart, like Colonel Stuart. I think that's his.
Colonel Stuart has got to be the least intimidating.
Yeah.
I'm Colonel Stuart.
Also, why is this guy prancing around the goddamn airport like he's proven something? Like, dude, maybe like there is no reason for him to show himself in any capacity.
Nothing these criminals do makes any sense.
Like, why are they even at the airport?
Why is he doing naked hotel Tai Chi earlier?
You know why he's doing
Well,
that. Mike.
he's the perfect weapon.
But that's like when we watched this, Colin's like, haven't we watched this movie? And I was like, Iron Eagle, because I thought it was like the political backdrop. He's like, no, and it was just the nude Tai Chi.
Yeah, it was Iron Eagle when he was taking notes while Louis Gossett Jr. was showering.
Oh, it was full Iron Eagle.
Yeah. I had a full Iron Eagle during this scene.
Yeah, he put a hat on it.
Yeah.
Look out.
Mike brought out a fedora.
'Tis the season.
There was no floppy conies in that scene.
I gotta go.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Have you ever had Bailey's in a shoe?
That's what I'm having now. Actually, no, this is eggnog.
Yeah, they have been drinking just thick nog.
Yeah, the thick nog is flowing tonight.
Just coats
Yeah.
your throat.
Look out, guys.
Oh God.
It pours nice and thick. It really coats your throat on the way down. Yeah.
Colin poured out on Mike's back.
Yeah. We've been doing nog luges off of each other all night.
For Christmas.
Yeah,
I don't-
seasonal.
I don't know what you guys do.
It's an RTS.
It's
movie.
seasonally appropriate.
Colonel Stuart.
Yeah.
Colonel Stuart. Yeah, he's doing his naked tai chi. He gets a phone call. He's got a spring like the president of Velveeta or whatever the fuck this guy is.
We should look that up because rumor says that is the fake country that we see in Commando as well.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and are we also aware of? Let's backtrack. We're just
Okay.
like jumping through this.
Yeah.
Rennie Harlan, our director. Do we guys know Cliffhanger?
Yeah.
Old
Oh, yeah.
Cliffhanger himself. I think there's a lot of ties to like some action stuff and what's going on all throughout this. So the general is from Valverde, the fictitious Latin American country used in Commando, 1985.
Boom.
Which is a
right.
foreshadowing of next year, 1985.
We are doing Commando.
We're
We're going Commando. Yeah.
No, that's what the thick nog is for.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
It's a different
You can't
season.
keep that contained.
No.
Does Rennie Harlan have like a Christmas thing? Because I feel like a lot of his movies are Christmassy, or at least set at Christmas.
Every day should be Christmas.
When your first name is Rennie, you can
Yeah.
only 50% of your movies have to be holiday.
well, like that Ministry song, like Every Day is Halloween. Like this is just his
I see.
version, but Christmas.
He directed a movie that I think no one other than me likes, but it is kind of a Christmas movie. The Long Kiss Goodnight with Gina Davis and
I
Samuel
enjoyed that.
Jackson.
I don't. Why are you saying it like that? Like we've
Yeah.
actually talked about
Yeah,
doing this film
Right.
for this podcast.
No, I know we haven't. I love that movie, but I feel
What
like
you're saying? So you're saying like outside
outside of
us.
this
Okay,
room,
okay.
I feel like the world does not care for that movie.
Oh no, I like that movie.
Yeah.
There's like a big trivia about that. Like Shane Black was the writer of that, and he got like $4 million for that script.
Sure.
oh my God, really?
Yeah, in the '90s,
I need to
dude.
start fucking writing scripts.
Well, it
man.
was like huge, and then like he like didn't write like a mainstream script for like another 10 years.
Yeah, fuck it. You got your $4 million. You take a break.
It was like doing other stuff.
No
He was like,
shit.
I'll
Yeah.
never write
I
like
would
this
write
stuff. Yeah.
one script.
Yeah.
Of course. You know, I read, here's a crazy thing, and we need to find out if this is true. So, Home Alone 2, let's go back in time last year, even though it's a bonus episode. So everyone like got a crazy increase in pay. And this is what I see a lot of stuff like going around the internet. It's like Macaulay Culkin got a $4,000 or 4,000% increase, right? Because he got like jack shit for the first movie. And then they're like, he needs real money because this movie made millions. But Daniel Stern, I guess, was under like the same kind of deal. Not like totally screwed over, but Joe Pesci was going to make like $3 million, and Daniel Stern was going to make like 600,000. And I guess there was like an agent dispute, and he may have lost his agent in this, but so I guess that agent was like, take like 8,000 or so, 800,000 or some shit. And Daniel Stern fought where he got, I think, the 600,000, but he argued for 2, but they gave him 1% of the movie's profits, and that accrued over like $4 million alone. I think still accrues money. So way to go on all of that. Like
Yeah.
that made me just really, I love Daniel Stern. So I'm just like, that's awesome. And that's just really like sticking to your guns and like really paying off with like a crazy winning lottery ticket. Like, dude, you have like profit money from Home Alone still coming in. Like, oh my God, you're just getting that forever.
I kind of believe that Joe Pesci didn't have an agent. He just showed up and threatened people until they gave him what he wanted. Because I wouldn't argue with Joe Pesci.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Die Hard 2.
What movie? Sorry.
Fisty McFloggins.
That's RTS
got a nog in
After
each hand.
Hours. Yeah.
What did I tell you your only fan's name should be? I can't remember. It was earlier.
I
I
don't
thought
know.
it was like PJ Nightingale or something like that.
We got a lot of things from Mike.
Oh, fun trivia. Do you know what? So it was Die Hard 2, Die Harder in America. Do you know what the Russian name for this movie was? Translated to English, you don't have to know the Russian words.
American Big Boy.
It was American Big Boy. That's correct. It was Die Hard 2, A Hard Nut to Crack,
Nice.
which is
That is.
Oh my
that
God.
is-
that's good. That's,
I mean,
yeah.
that's yeah.
how about this? Die Hard should have probably ended with this film, but
I disagree.
I love number 3.
I like
Three-
Die Hard 3.
Three is good. Yeah.
So I'm willing, especially because why there's like a plot to drag him back in. I'm in for it. But really, I think the real Die Hard ends with 3. I think we could all agree with that. Now, once we get after 3, it's like Banana
No,
Town.
no.
That's when we get titles.
Unnecessary.
Well, that's where we need titles like A Hard Nut to Crack. We should have sold this way differently and just been like, after 3, it's like a fantasy movie. This is off the rails.
Yeah,
I mean,
the
it's
one with
still-
Justin
Well, Die
Long
Hard
had
5
moments,
is like a fucking C grade movie.
Is that the one in Russia?
Like, I don't even know if I think that's when Bruce Willis. I don't even think he was coherent during the filming of
No.
that, and he was the fucking main star.
I think the last one I never saw.
the one in
that the-
Russia,
Yeah.
like where he has to rescue his son from like a mobster
Yeah,
or whatever.
from France or some
That
shit.
movie was fucking stupid.
But the one before had Kevin Smith, right?
yeah, the one with and Justin Long.
Yeah, that was.
That was stupid, but I didn't.
I think
didn't hate
I
it.
remember watching that with Mike. I think our problem wasn't that PG-13?
It was PG-13.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
crap.
Yeah.
That was like the
That's-
Yippie Mr. Falcon.
No,
one
no,
or
that's
whatever.
Yippie kayak, other buckets.
That's what you get when you find a stranger in the Alps.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Brooklyn Nine-Nine, the show highlights that their dubbed version that they saw on TV was Yippie Kayak, Other Buckets. I made note, I can't remember if it was on the show, I wish Lamar was here, that I remember watching Young Guns on TV, and Jeremy and I would have been living around the same area, so it would have been like the local channel playing Young Guns. And I remember very, very vividly that it was clearly, instead of bleeping out things, like a random dude would overdub. So
Yeah,
I just remember it
that
was
happened
like
a lot.
like Emilio Estevez is like, you could tell the sheriff he could kiss my ass. Like that was the normal line. But in this it was, you could tell the sheriff he could kiss my, and like very directly is, you could tell the sheriff he could kiss my eye. You're like, what?
How do I get that job? That sounds fun.
Make
Oh,
mix it
yeah.
Yeah.
up to-
Mike,
Hey,
just,
I's
like,
taking that, Mike.
Just
Yeah, you're
just
too
yell
late to the
something
party.
over the swears. It doesn't matter what. Like anything. Yeah, just anything.
melon
Suck
farmers.
my roast beef.
Exactly.
Yeah, amazing.
Put it right in Harry Kissinger.
That's almost dirty. Though, I think.
Yeah.
It's big beef.
Yeah, Harry Kissinger loves the big beef.
How do we just brand big beef? How do we turn big beef into a social lifestyle?
I don't know. Can I? You know what? I was about to see if I could buy bigbeef.com, but I don't want to type it into my.
Mike, it'd be better if you just did big beef XXX. You know, it's just
Can I get bigbeef.biz?
big beef XXX lifestyle. I want people with tattoos.
We're gonna get fucking sued by Arby's over this episode.
Oh no,
or sponsored.
bigbeef.com exists. It's. Do you have web filtering in your house? Big
Listeners,
Beef.
don't do this.
It's Big Beef Productions. It's an independent media company.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah, interesting and engaging. I'm not advertising for these assholes.
There's a tomato called a big beef tomato.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, is that like a beefsteak tomato?
I think it's just a regular big ass tomato.
Big beef tomato.
Big beef tomato.
Big beef lifestyle.
Yeah.
TM.
There
We
you
should
go.
have a clothing line.
RTS. TM.
Big,
Big
beef,
Beef Cruise.
lifestyle.
So
yeah.
I'm saying you get it.
It's like Billionaire Boys Club, but for the husky
You
gentlemen.
could do those extreme workouts. Like,
Yeah.
or was the stuff where people have to like carry like a log and like run up the street?
Tybo.
Like CrossFit.
Yeah,
Oh,
CrossFit. Yeah, like it's not. Yeah, it's a CrossFit. CrossFit. So
Billy
we get
Blanks in his log.
we just get a whole fashion line, big beef lifestyle.
Yeah.
You don't have to eat big beef to live big beef.
Right. It's like Stussy. It doesn't mean anything. It's just the brand.
Yeah.
I have a feeling the five of us are going to be richer than Marky Mark soon.
I imagine so.
I already got the commercial. Someone bumps into you. Oh, Miss Scusi, big beef.
Are they bumping into you outside of Italian?
Yes. We're on our way to Italian.
I was eating Italian the other day. Delicious. I'm sorry, delicios. Oh, Miss Scusi, big beef.
Did they have the Hospitaliano there?
Pardon me, you're inside of me. Oh, Miss Scusi, big beef.
Merry Christmas, you guys.
This is what happens when you get a
Christmas
bonus.
Eve is fucking
Yeah.
delightful.
Yeah, well, this is coming out on Christmas Eve.
I hope you're listening to this while you're preparing dinner for your family. Maybe it's on
No,
the hi-fi or around the fire
You should
with your
gather
with
the
your family.
relatives around
Yeah.
and
should
throw
put
this bad boy
Why don't you
on.
put your ass in a box and wrap yourself for once?
Yeah,
It's turning into summer rental.
it is. Yeah.
How dare you? Mike doesn't have a gift bag of meth.
Don't I?
He does. It's on. It's a
All right,
line.
what the fuck
you know.
are we?
It's on. It's on his big beef.
It's on, not a log. I don't have a log.
Not the
Not in the
logger
way
beef.
you think I said I did.
Can't even see the line, Jeremy.
No.
I cannot.
Well, McClane's in the airport.
Oh,
for
shit,
2
yeah.
minutes into the movie.
Yeah, he's calling his wife. All right, he's gonna ring up Holly.
Right.
Yeah. Holly is paging him, and
Yeah, she's calling from the airplane because it's the '90s, John. It's all
How
about
long did pagers? I
microchips.
don't want to say this. You know what? No, we're not talking about pagers. Let's
well,
go.
I do want to talk about the prices because later he eventually does call her on a payphone, and he's like, "How's this even working?" As Mike said, microchip.
Microchip.
It's all microchip and big beef in the '90s, and she's just like chatting away. This is like probably
Right. This is-
$9 a minute.
right. This was a
He's
$36
an LA
phone call.
cop. He can afford it, man.
Yeah.
I forgot. He's making LA cop money.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's like Beverly Hills Cop, but
Yeah.
not at all at Dulles, but Stapleton.
Right.
Yeah. I bet you every Los Angeles police officer has like a brick of cocaine in his home for when he has to make international calls. He just sells a little bit,
Well,
gets a calling card, boom.
Yeah.
Just
They-
does a little bit
business.
and doesn't care about the price.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, that's the Los Angeles stocking stuffer.
Did any of you guys ever have a pager?
It's true.
Yeah,
I know you did.
I did, man.
Did you?
Yeah.
Like for work
I
or
did.
for drugs?
No, I was a fucking teenager. Like we used to use them to
Yeah.
get a hold of each other. We used to use payphones to like page
Yeah.
people
Shit.
at Chesterfield.
Yeah, that's how I did it.
Chesterfield, like the cigarettes?
Yeah.
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 Those are good cigarettes.
They
Didn't
are
Collin?
good cigarettes.
You know, we should film a Die
but-
Hard in the rubble of Chesterfield Mall.
Okay.
Let's get your kids involved.
Is this
No. There's rubble up there right now.
is this like when It's Always Sunny redid Lethal Weapon? Is it going to
Yeah.
be like that?
Jeremy could talk in like an accent. Like, God damn it, McClane.
Wait, is he
Wish I
Carmine?
could master the South.
We're
South
all
African
Carmine.
accent.
In our heart, we're all Carmine Lorenzo.
That's true.
I mean,
Dennis.
I did
My-
feel he was very relatable.
But well, Mike and I are Italian, so like we just feel.
you got the Franz.
He's the sixth of the seventh fish.
Yeah.
Carmine did nothing wrong.
The Filka fish.
He's the stocking stuffer fish.
I can't wait for those fish.
He's like, oh, Muscusi, big beef.
We say one line about the movie and then we're like,
Yeah,
we're
we-
up.
What's your problem?
Here we go.
Everyone's seen
We're on
Die
Magic
Hard
Carpet
2. What's your
ride tonight,
Yeah,
guys.
they didn't tune in for the review.
Why are you watching anything else but Die Hard 2 this season?
I don't know.
All your
Yeah,
Christmas
you need
movies.
to be busy watching the first Die Hard. Otherwise, you'll never understand this.
William Saddle says, saddle up. Just Sadler.
William Saddle. Oh, Billy Saddles.
Sadler up.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, McClane is already like noticing some stuff. Like people are doing some weird stuff in the airport. He actually runs into Stuart, who is William Sadler.
Stuart.
And that's why I'm like, why the hell is this guy even in the like? There is no reason for this guy to
No.
be here at all.
He had
Not
no,
at all.
no purpose.
And you know, it'd be
He was
more.
going to the church. Why didn't you just go to the church?
Right,
Why
also-
did you need to go to the airport?
Why are you revealing yourself? There's no reason this guy should have revealed himself.
Right.
No.
There are a few glaring plot holes in this movie.
Even
and
when
this
there's
is one of
yeah,
them.
even when there's a twist, I'm like, why? You could have remained anonymous.
Right. Yeah, but so he had to walk through the airport so that the reporter could recognize him and he could call her a pinko bitch for some reason.
I think they were calling the cameraman the pinko bitch.
Oh, really?
Nah,
Well,
they're calling the girl
yeah.
a pinko
someone
bitch,
was a
all right.
pinko bitch.
Yeah.
They were all they're all
They
pinko
were.
bitch.
She looked like she had like that Weasley face.
She
you know?
did,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
bad
think
vibe.
Samantha Coleman would appreciate this on her
No,
next
she
report.
wouldn't. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, McClane's getting suspicious because there's weird stuff going down.
Yeah, total spish.
Yeah.
Swish, swish.
Swish, swish. He follows the suspicious swishes into like the death spa luggage sluice.
It's like a Dr.
Fucking Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, right.
We've gone full Seuss.
We have gone full Seuss.
Unleashed Seuss.
Oh, God, the Seuss is loose.
This holiday season.
What the fuck is happening?
What the Seuss? Oh,
Mike is
Scusi.
setting his notes on fire.
Yeah, I don't know why I have this paper in my hand. I'm reading. I don't know why I took notes because I've seen this movie 8,000 times.
I know. That's what I was thinking.
I can't read most of this.
Mike's face is smeared with brambleberry.
Yeah. Paul has cracked
died.
himself up too bad here.
Saddle up.
Wow.
Oh God, 'tis the season.
This is going to be a 3-hour episode,
I'm laughing
guys.
so
Buckle
hard that
up.
I'm fogging my glasses up.
Oh, God.
Jeremy's gonna go into his child.
I don't even know how that's I broke physics.
Jeremy's gonna go into each of his children's rooms, violently shake them. Wake up! Die Hard 2.
Big beef,
Oh,
candy
Scusi.
cane killer.
No, God damn it. Why? Don't,
Yes, Jeremy.
don't you stop bringing that back. It's been a year. We can't shake this shit loose.
RTS is fucking.
It's
causing
been a
me to go
year.
completely
It's
insane.
finally time we remember, Mike.
Should I have the unpaid graphic artist make a Candy Cane Killer t-shirt?
Yes, of course.
The fact that you haven't is
I know.
bewildering.
You're right. That's a crime.
I'm sorry. Don't send the Candy Cane Killer.
That's a
after
crime on par with the terrorism we're seeing in this movie.
me. No, it really
right.
is.
This is terrorism, man.
Well, it is. That's the
Like
purpose.
full blown. You know.
McClane eventually sees some stuff and people go into like a luggage like area where they do the luggage sorting. So I'm not even looking at my notes. Why is there so many steam pipes, and why is this like reminiscent of like when the Jawas pick up things and you
Right.
get to see inside their vehicle? Like, what is going on with this conveyor belt steam system?
Well, I don't know if you
It's
knew
a
this.
steam conveyor belt.
Oh,
Paul,
sure.
Yeah,
right?
it's a Victorian
Airports are very
airport.
outdated in Stapleton.
I-
It's all steam powered. They don't use lights back there. You have to do everything in the dark.
I picked up my baggages
Yeah.
and I floated off in a flying dirigible.
Yeah.
They invented this baggage conveyor system before the fucking airplane.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're in the Jules Verne airport system, apparently.
There we go.
Fantastic. And some guys are like, hey, we're just working. And he's like, I'm NYPD, or he says something.
LAPD, yeah.
He's some kind of PD. He's everyone's PD. Real D.
P to D.
And the guy's like, hey, look at this. And they start firing at him. He's like, nope. And he kills one of them. And the other guy gets off. And
he gets off all over. How does
Yeah,
he kill
he
the guy?
does.
He kills the guy by ramming his face through like a bag steamroller. Which
What is this
It seems
bag?
like he would
What
be
is this
fine.
thing doing, by the way?
That's
what is this
that's
contraption?
that's the device that tortures droids.
Yeah.
If you remember in
Like-
Star Wars, there's just like a torturing droid.
droid?
Like if they
device.
scan your bag and you're like, there are like, glass
Right.
objects in here, computers maybe. Did they like run it through this press to just fucking
Yeah, this
shatter
is
it
what
all?
they use to
Because I
destroy
can't
your
figure out what
valuables.
this thing could possibly be.
no,
used for.
it's just to crush the face of bad guys.
I'm going to tell you
Yeah.
what it's not for.
You're not
small
the-
beef.
Small beefs. Is it for beefs, Paul?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Okay.
If it was for a regular sized beef, it would have just fit right through it.
That's
The-
true.
Yeah.
The problem
Yeah.
is the big beef.
Yeah. Wow.
A Scoozy.
Wow.
Anyway, the other guy gets away.
The other guy does get away.
Gazoinks, I'm out of here. Boss, he killed my friend, and I.
Well, doesn't John McClane like ride like a fucking scooter or like a baggage thing after him and then like leaps on him?
Yeah,
Something
Yeah.
like
He
that.
does
does
that.
a bunch of stuff.
a lot of things that happen.
But then he gets intercepted by Captain Lorenzo's heavies.
Yeah, and he doesn't have his badge because he lost it.
Well,
and
they
it's
find
going
it.
to-
They find it.
They do. They find it pretty
Well,
quickly,
before
actually,
we-
and his sidearm.
Before we leave the baggage claim, I make a side note that I eventually need to write the cross script where this movie is simultaneously happening concurrent to unaccompanied minors,
Okay.
and we need to make that happen. I need AI and some wizards.
Sure.
There you go.
We can cut that. We can cut that together.
I think we could do that.
Why can't we just make a movie called AI Wizards?
Because it's already been done.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in the future,
Yeah,
when
that's
AI
true.
comes back.
Yeah.
What would you call them?
Comes back from the future. All right, I like that.
Unaccompanied hard minors.
Yeah, unaccompanied AI.
I see.
You should Google that really quick, Mike.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Turn off.
Hey, FBI.
Turn off your safe search.
Yes, not my IP.
Yeah.
Oh, Muscusi.
Jesus. Okay. Is this where we've got Captain Velveeta in his airplane with his cigar?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so we got like Esperanza.
Yeah. General Esperanza.
Yeah, and I love. So here's some more plot holes, and I'm going to kind of jump around. So we see him, and this guy is in cuffs, and clearly there's one soldier, and he's like, "Hey, oh my ankles."
Hey, muchacho, uncuff me.
And the guy's like, "No."
He's like, "That's good. You should not."
You're a good soldier, but light my cigar that they let me keep. And he's like, "Sure." And later, jumping ahead, he is going to kill this soldier by strangling him.
Yeah.
I don't know how he does this. Like, it just happens.
It doesn't explain it at
Right,
all.
and it's
No.
so well timed, like exactly to the time where it needs to happen for him to like be able to like talk on
land
the
the
radio.
plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Well, he planned it
Hey,
out.
it's Die Hard 2, all right, man?
I told
Benny.
all these guys that guy clearly
Yeah,
wants
have you
to
seen
do Secchies.
Cliffhanger?
Yeah.
God damn it.
I also want to know why. So there are 4 individuals on this plane, and this plane is fucking huge.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's like a jungle cargo plane.
Yeah.
Yes. Later in the movie, I am also going to have some.
The plane at
questions
the
about
end?
this plane.
You mean the Spruce Moose, the biggest
Well, I
plane
don't
on
want to get.
Earth?
I have questions
said
about that
get
too, but I have questions about this plane also when it comes to the time of the what do you call that thing?
You
The
test
ball
it.
juggling,
You know,
the milking.
The gentle cupping of the plane ball.
Sack yo-yo.
The ejector seat. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
okay.
Oh,
I'm
yeah, we
pretty
do
sure
too.
a
Yeah.
plane like this does
No,
not
those
have
planes do not
ejector
have
seat.
ejector seats. He
Yeah.
said confidently with no back line. I don't think they do. That's like a jet fighter thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's crazy. You have 4 people on this plane. It is ginormous.
What's the only plane they have?
Yeah.
But again, the plane at the end is insane. It is just
Right.
It is like you are. That's the
In my notes, I have it as why did they take the largest plane in the United States?
I took a plane like that to Asia, so that kind of makes like more sense.
I mean, I guess that was going to be my point. They're probably in a big plane here because it wasn't about what they're carrying; it's how far they needed to go. Because they were coming from like Velveeta, which is
but they're in this like
wherever
weird
the fuck it
plane.
is.
Like they're not in like a plane like I took to Asia that actually seats all these
Right?
people.
No, it's a cargo plane.
Yeah, it's really bizarre.
Yeah.
I'm also pretty sure that they would have offloaded this motherfucker at Guantanamo Bay before they made it to Washington D.C.
All prisoners are flown through public international airports. That's standard, guys.
What do you think the square footage of camels in there are?
What do you think? What kind of
Camel
car do you
toe?
think this guy
It's
drives?
huge.
Or sheep?
Yeah,
How much cotton candy could I fit in there?
a lot.
Compressed? Uncompressed?
All of it.
How many jade baskets would that plane
The
have
Jade
held?
trade.
Jeremy,
Hashtag Jade trade.
I don't think you have the chits.
Oh my god. I think that every time we make a reference to a previous episode that people should take a drink on this one.
Yeah.
Sure.
Welcome new listeners.
Goodbye.
All 5 of us will visit you at the hospital.
Sure.
Just trust us.
Try to make it to the new year. We still have Last Action Hero coming up.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I like the big B.
That was good. Arnold is in the studio with us tonight looking for the big beef.
You're looking for the big beef.
Slurp.
I've got to have the big beefs.
These are my 2 mules.
Get to
Sarah
the
and
chopper.
Fernando.
That's where the beefs are.
These shirts are writing themselves.
I'm going to stop.
This is the end of the year unleashing.
God, I want to see the fucking YouTube transcript of this one.
Oh, God.
What's the grievances in Festivus?
The airing of grievances.
Yeah, this is the airing of our tie-in merchandise.
Yeah. You still have to pin us to finish it, but yeah.
That doesn't sound right.
No, it does. That's correct.
I'm gonna move us to the church.
Oh, that takes place in Colorado, friend. Thanks.
Yeah.
Colorado Connection, CC.
Yeah, it's the Church of Colorado.
You know when you CC someone on an email, that's Colorado Connection.
Is it?
Yeah, that's what it stands for.
Yeah.
Actually, it sends all those emails to CC Pounder.
You should tell. Yeah, you should tell that to people who work in IT. You'll sound smart.
Yeah.
Or anyone in general who just understands email.
Right.
That's what I tell people in meetings that don't know IT.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, hey, CC Pounder's getting this.
Yeah. And they're like, who the fuck is CC Pounder?
You know what I say to that? Hashtag pound it.
Hashtag Poundtown. This sends the email to Poundtown.gov.
Yeah. Die harder. Wrap it up.
So, Jeremy, you're taking us to church.
Pound.
Yeah.
Pop.
So now we see that. What are we doing here? Oh yeah, so we went to a church. The bad guys go to this church. They kill the old like church keeper. I don't know what this guy does. Do like old churches have an old man living in there?
Yeah, all of them do.
And like sleeping in the pews. And
I mean, as one who would know that information, absolutely.
Yeah.
Or is this just an abandoned church and that's a
This
homeless
is
man?
the man who lived there,
Yeah.
who's
The
now
man
deceased.
who lived there. Okay. Well, anyway, he's dead.
Yeah, they kill him.
They come in. They're like, "Hey, we're gonna check out some stuff." They kill him, and
He's like, I was just
they're
choking cocoa.
This church plays an important role, though.
Who's
You know, it serves a purpose. It serves. It serves a big purpose.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, because why they? I don't know.
Now it's the Iron Eagle nest.
It is the Iron Eagle nest, yeah.
Saddle Up's gonna roll up there too.
Yeah.
Kind of soon.
Yeah.
Sets up a whole crew, whole posse.
The party posse.
John McClane hires a bunch of high school kids to take down this terrorist organization.
Yeah, he does. Still Wiccan.
Like the witches Wiccan?
How dare you?
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, so fuck you guys.
Mike is dressed like Han Solo, by the way.
You know
Just
what?
wanna-
I've been getting that shit all fucking day.
It's how you candy cane killer yourself into a place.
Yeah. I came from work, okay? This is my tech pro finery.
This will be the longest episode.
This is going to be a long episode.
Hey,
We are 5 minutes into this movie,
just
bro.
remember, Mike's got a front pocket of sugar.
I do.
Well, that's what Esperanza gave him before he got on that plane.
Yeah.
Little pocket full of sugar.
Well, when you really look at this movie, although we're only like kind of into it, we don't really have a lot to discuss. There are just like moments that happen in this
Yeah,
movie.
things are just kind of
Like,
happening.
you cut out like the puns. You just cut out like 1/4 of the film.
yeah.
that's
There are
accurate.
There
yeah.
are approximately 35,000 bullets that are fired in this movie, and I think 8 people die.
Some are blanks.
Oh,
The majority of the people die in the plane
Spoilers.
crashes, which we'll get to.
Blue clip, friend.
Blue clip. Yeah, we haven't talked about it yet, but we got to the part of my note that you referenced my OnlyFans earlier. It's
Oh, my.
the Stiffs dossier. was my
I'm
OnlyFans.
glad you wrote that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I advocated that. The Stiffs Dossier is Mike's OnlyFans name. So look him up.
The Stiffs dossier.
RTS will get 15% of all the
Oh,
funds.
yeah. This is where we run into what's his name? Powell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because McClane gets the prince off. There's a church. We'll get to that later.
Yeah, they kill the guy, and now we're back at the airport.
Yeah.
And he fingerprints the stiff, and sends it to Al Powell.
He fingerprints him good.
He does. And he makes fun of him for being fat and eating Twinkies or whatever, but he still helps him out.
Right call, man.
What is
He
going
was
on
fucking
in this
stuffing
scene?
Twinkies.
So Carl Winslow is just like dropping donuts out of his mouth. Like, what the hell is this?
I don't know.
Like, we're gonna put you in a cameo and make you look like the biggest bozo. Like,
Yeah.
you're kind of like a secondary hero in the first film.
Right. Remember how you were rad? Now you're a
Right.
big doofus.
Yeah. So instead of
Yeah.
getting Argyle back and the whole crew, we're gonna get Carl Winslow back to be like, you're just a big doof running Prince, and be like, here it is, buddy. Thanks for the facts.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He knows how to use a
He's the
fucking
poster
fax
boy
machine,
for
so it's a little bit better
diabetes.
than McClane.
That's true. Yeah.
That's true. You can fax with the best of them.
That's true. Yeah.
It's the facts.
I
of
forgot
life.
about facts. God, this seems
you don't remember
awfully
Tootie?
fucking tedious.
Dude, Tootie remembers you, and Blair, Natalie, Mrs. Garrett, Miss G.
We getting the facts of life now? Are you taking the good and the bad?
Take it all.
Taking both, and there we have.
Candy cane
Facts of
killer.
life.
Do you think you could actually fax a fingerprint and it would print out in a way that anyone could
No,
use it
no,
ever?
no.
Yeah,
This
I
is
don't know.
ridiculous.
I feel like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've lost the immersion of Die Hard
Yeah,
2.
the illusion's broken.
facts.
Well, let me bring you back, Colin. Yippie kayak, other buckets.
All right, I'm in. Melon farmers.
Yeah.
Colin's back in. He's full. He's full bore now.
Wow.
Well, Carmine Lorenzo is a thorn in McClane's ass this entire movie. He's like, I don't believe you, McClane. I've got other things. I have diplomats, and I've lost boys and dogs, and I have people. And he's
I
like,
got a fucking reindeer.
yeah, he's like, yeah, I got a reindeer coming. He's like, dude, there are people dead. He's like, you're just firing your gun, and you're making a big old to-do, so I need you to leave. I'm like, what is going on here? Like, there's just so many problems with this scenario. Like, you just acknowledged she was firing a gun in an airport. Not a big deal. You have a body. There's a dead body. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
holidays.
Carmine, he's got a lot to deal with though, man. This is a busy airport. It's dullest fucking international airport
Right.
in Washington, D.C. in the wintertime. And there's a fucking storm moving in.
And
All right.
he's got to make pizzelles. They're not going to make
Yeah.
themselves. Who's going to dust them? A little powdered
That's
sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
One of my favorite lines that I've actually used before in my life is in this scene when Bruce Willis gets cast out of his office and he turns around. He's like, Carmine, what sets off the metal detectors first? The lead in your ass or the shit in your brains? I fucking love that line.
It would be
dude.
the lead, probably.
right.
Wouldn't
We
it?
all agreed the lead.
Yeah.
I say what weighs more, the lead in your ass or the shit in your brains?
That would make more sense.
Yeah.
That would make
Yes.
a lot more sense.
Yeah.
But it was adapted
But
for
I
an
love that
airport
line.
environment. Yeah.
How did he know about the lead in his ass?
Well, it's Die Hard, man.
Yeah. He could see it in the metal detector.
Did he scan it
Yeah.
Yeah.
from T2's eye?
Yeah.
I knew it.
Robert Patrick told him about it.
They're hitting on the same car checkout woman earlier.
That car checkout woman was down to fuck, for sure.
Yeah. Dude, every girl who interacts with McClane.
Oh
is,
yeah,
like,
dude. She
fucking
was
into
wanting
him.
like she was wetting the loins.
Yeah.
You know?
She was sliding right out of her seat.
Well, I mean, they call it the Rivers of McClane for a reason.
Yeah.
That's true.
I've
Yeah.
heard that.
Yeah.
He was looking for the salmon of Capistrano.
Yeah.
Wow. Is that where they flock?
That's what it smells like. You can cut that out. That's fine. that was maybe too far. Paul's,
If you make any edits
Paul's
in this,
quit the cup podcast.
There's going to be no edits.
No, yeah.
Bonus episode. Hey, buddy. Want a bonus episode?
not just a bonus episode, the fucking Christmas Eve bonus episode.
Well, that's what you get.
Yeah.
We need a little bit more
It is
booze
what
and
you
some
get.
candy to throw at Mike. We
I
can make
mean-
this thing last 3 hours.
God.
Mike said everyone's naughty and everyone's getting a fist in their stocking. I didn't know what that meant.
Wow.
I'll show you. I drew a diagram here on this
I
notepad.
gotta
McClane's wieners. We back there.
Yeah, back to the McClane wieners.
McClane's pain.
Ooh, yeah, there you go. Gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, it keeps on giving.
All right, where are we at?
Well, yeah, we're in the control tower, right?
And they're like, we have no control. And Sadler's like, we're gonna just like start some shit unless you give us this guy. So land the plane here.
Yeah, all their
And they're-
systems start going
and they're
down.
like, we'll do that. And Barnes, this like control operator, is like, we've got this other wing of this airport. Like we could connect with the airplanes, and they are able to get out like a signal to these planes because they're like, you cannot land because Sadler shuts down all of like the light systems. There's
you
also
cannot-
snowstorm.
We're not even close to the part where they like figure out the back door into communicating with the planes, dude.
Yeah, we're on Barnes's field trip.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it gets there.
Yeah, we'll get there. Well, yeah, all the lights go out. No planes can land, and what's it, Stadler?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Colonel dipshit.
Billy Saddles.
Demon Knight himself.
Yeah, he's like,
Dr. Demon
you
Knight.
can't you can't talk to the planes. They have to circle. If you try to help them, I'll crash one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He demonstrates this by crashing one of them. We'll get to that.
Now we got there.
we will get. They have to go to
crash
the what's his name?
Well, yeah.
Barnes. He's
Barnes.
like, hey,
He's
there's
like-
this place where there's an antenna. We can communicate with the planes if we use this antenna. It's on this new annex called the Annex Skywalk, and we're gonna take a SWAT team.
Annex
Let's go there.
Skywalk.
Let's figure
it's
shit
really
out.
it's really like a tree fort. This guy's just
Did
been,
I say Sky Train?
this guy's been boozing it up outside of the
Yeah.
airport. He built like a little tree house. He lives there like a little Ewok.
Yeah,
Yeah, Nub
You're
Nub.
talking about Barnes
Nub. No, but then we also
or Marvin?
we got Marvin,
Marvin.
too. We got a
Marv.
bunch of Nub Nubs.
Oh, fucking Marvin.
SWAT team goes to the new annex and then just gets mowed down.
Yeah, they meet Robert Patrick.
Yeah. He shoots a guy in the face, like in front of like 12 people, like 3 feet away. No one can mow this guy down. He's like the last person to go down. It's insane.
Yeah.
Here's also my question. You are now traveling to this area of the airport to do an emergency communication with your airplanes that are circling the fucking airport. You have a SWAT team.
Mm-hmm.
You're on high alert. Mm-hmm. And you get to this place and you see a bunch of painters.
Yeah, dicking
Would you
around.
just be like,
Yeah.
hey,
oh,
guys.
it's fine. It's normal.
Hey, guys, come on, guys. We got to clear out.
Good job with the painting, boat.
Jeremy, that airport is not going to paint itself.
That's true.
It's not.
Not
But I
even
feel
with
like
microchip.
myself, I would approach with more caution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, all of the SWAT gets mowed down except McClane pops out of a vents a dude in the face, saves Barnes because he gets like shot in the arm.
Kills a guy with a scaffolding.
Yeah.
An
Yeah.
entire fucking scaffolding.
That's part of my notes. Scaffolding is the ending of everyone. Like that's really that's really what kills most people.
I wouldn't
Scaffolding.
have gone up there.
Yeah, he should have taken the proper safety precautions.
Those guys probably did like rock, paper, scissors, and he lost. He's like,
Yeah.
fuck, I gotta be the scaffolding guy.
Yeah.
Every fucking time.
So I'm going to kind of jump the gun a little bit. We do find out this is all a big ruse. This is like what they're doing has been anticipated by Colonel Stuart the whole time. And although they're like, don't do anything, they're totally going to do this. And they're like, this is all formulaic. They're playing this out by numbers.
Billy Saddles assumed they were going to send like the best guys to help, and they wanted to kill the best guys.
And McClane finds out they are going to crash a plane. This is where he runs out, and a plane does crash. And he's like, no. But he's wearing Barnes's jacket. So
Yeah, he tries to he lights some sticks on fire and tries to wave it down.
Yeah.
But fucking Chief O'Brien from Star Trek is like, oh, shucks.
He's like, warp engines.
And then
I can't give it much more.
and he warps right into the
yeah,
ground.
he warp force into the fucking ground. Well, because the bad guys did computer magic and made it look like the ground was not as close as it was.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, or whatever. It doesn't fucking matter.
Well, they altered the landing so they couldn't see, and they're like, make it where it's 200 feet difference. So they're like, oh, we're landing, and actually they just go nose diving into the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're dead.
They're so super dead.
Everybody how many people are on that? That was a big plane.
A few hundred at least.
Yeah.
They're all dead.
Mary Poppins left.
Yeah.
She's like, I can't save you all, but I can save the spirit of Christmas, and she floated off.
And she did.
And that's how the movie ends.
Yeah, Monk's song.
Yeah.
End of podcast.
Not everybody.
McClane takes a spoonful of sugar and closes his eyes.
Yeah. Well, back at the tower, they're like, this fucking sucks. The government is sending a special extra squad led by John Amos, and he's gonna fuck these guys up.
Yeah, and we find out back and forth on the plane where that Holly is at. So is Richard Thornberry from the first one. He's got a restraining order against her, but still is on the same plane. I do like all of the staff hate him immediately and do buy Holly a drink for finding out that she punched him in the face.
Yeah, well, he got kicked out of first class. He's being a dick.
Yeah.
Or he got kicked out of business class because where he was sitting was pretty nice.
Yeah.
Has this man ever played a role where he was a likable character?
No, he hasn't.
No.
Which means probably this actor is the nicest man alive.
Totally.
No, I know.
That is always
He's probably
how it goes.
hanging out with Keanu Reeves and
Oh,
shit.
absolutely.
Dirt biking.
Right.
Yeah.
You want to go dirt biking, Keanu?
Yeah,
Rubbing
it's like
fuzzies.
him and Shooter
Yes.
McGavin just hanging out with all the other movie dicks.
Yeah. The movie Dicks Club.
Movie Dicks Club, yeah.
And so
Ooh, can I buy that domain?
He's able to get this transmitter because something's wrong. We've been circling for a while, wherever this is in the movie. And he talks to one of his crew, and he's like, "Oh, radio in." And basically, Barnes is able to give out a signal. You just hear this beep beep beep. And they're like, there is no tower, but we hear this signal. And eventually, later on, the crew or the member of Thornberry's group is they are transmitting stuff, and he does find out what's happening. There are terrorists and you can't land and you got to keep circling. But this is only being transmitted to the cockpits of these airplanes, and Thornberry is able to tap in. So he brings it amongst himself to be like, I'm going to be like the best news person ever. So he takes a phone later. He's like contacting like the news station. He's like, put me in live. Like, I'm going to tell you the breakdown of the story. This is all happening simultaneously to other stuff. It doesn't really matter where I say this, but this is kind of interspersed. Like there's Holly in the plane, and then there's like McClane doing stuff here on out. But that plane crashes, and he's really upset. And
Yeah, he's bummed. He's bummed about the plane crash.
It would, it would bum me out too, especially if it crashed like fucking 100 feet from me.
yeah, because probably you'd be breathing in all that jet fuel and flame, and you'd be like, "No, I'm just gonna die too."
Yeah, he actually
this feels
hallucinated
good on
the
the
rest of this.
Feels good on the old lung bags.
So the government calls in some specialists. We get Grant to come in,
Yeah, Grant, who's
trained Sadler, our Colonel Stuart, I should say.
yeah, they got history.
They do. So
Isn't he part of
they're
your
all
squad?
dressed
Not
in white.
anymore.
yeah, John Amos, as we noted before. So coming to America, good times. He's in charge, yeah, and he's hot like from the beginning. He's like, this guy, I trained him, but he's a piece of shit, and I'm gonna go after him. And even McClane's like, he may have learned some new tricks. He's like, not on my watch, son of a bitch. I'm gonna get people. Bah.
That's word for word.
Yeah.
Paul has the script in front of him.
Yeah,
I'm angry all the time, but I kind of like you, McClane. Bah.
Give me a hot dog.
So through a series of events, they all go back to the church. Sadler picks up Esperanza. Esperanza, as we talked about, does free himself, kills a guard, kills both the pilots, shoots out a window in the plane, flies it himself. He's like, I got to make an emergency landing. Even though Colonel Stuart's like, land here. He's like, I can't. So he gives him a destination near the
Why
airport.
can't you? Why can't he
no,
land
who
there?
the fuck knows?
Like he can't turn the plane like I'm on a one-way course.
Yeah.
It's got to be this runway right here.
That's right. that's the
right.
Sadler
Well,
way.
fucking-
Saddle up.
Saddle up, fun bags.
And so he has to emergency land, and Colonel Stuart and his crew pick him up, and they drive off, and they go back to the
Pick
church.
him up.
Before they drive off, we do have McClane in a plane or a helicopter. What's
No, he's
No, he-
what?
Yeah, no, we're
No,
skipping
he's in
ahead a little
the
bit.
cockpit. They lock him in the cockpit. He escapes.
what I mean.
They
That's
lock
what I
him in the
mean.
cockpit. They shoot the cockpit. He's still not dead yet. They throw like 5 grenades in there that have a 35-second timer on
The
them.
most
I
polite
feel like he could have
grenades.
thrown all those grenades right back out of that fucking
Dude,
window.
they threw in those grenades, and he's like laying down.
Those
He
grenades they were there for like 20 minutes.
He eventually
Yeah.
gets up. He puts himself, seatbelt and everything, into the emergency cockpit, ejects himself.
Yeah.
Like, those grenades were never going to go.
And these planes do not have ejector seats.
No, but he looks at the camera,
I'm
he
sorry.
winks and says, "Ejectocito, cuz," and he just flies out.
Yeah, and they think
He
he's
did
dead.
say that.
No. They're like, oh, lucky son of a bitch.
Yeah, they saw him, but
Yeah.
then they had to leave because the cops.
That's
were
right. The
coming.
fire trucks come.
Also, why didn't the fire trucks are arriving? They see a couple SUVs out there that are driving off now.
Yeah,
next
no,
to
it's
this
fine.
It's not
It's
about it.
normal stuff.
And they're like, nah, we're not following those guys.
those guys are
That's
just
dangerous.
Those guys are just night poaching. It's fine.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah,
there to,
they shot this airplane.
They were there to
mistakenly.
harvest, like, the airport
We're gonna
geese.
let them go.
yeah,
Geese beef.
geese beef,
Did you say East beef?
East beef,
Geese beef.
geese beef.
Yeah, they go back to the church.
Jesus. Well, yeah. So at this point, McClane and Barnes figure out where their control center is based on like antiquated maps or whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Well,
fucking
yeah,
matter.
and before they get to the church, they pull up in like a Jeep, and he's like, "We've already searched 12 houses."
right. They're just like knocking
They-
on people's
what the-
doors, I guess.
Yeah, there is a big time lapse here because like all of this happens within, I think, like 23 minutes or something
Yeah.
like that.
Lots going on. Big beef style.
Big beef style. Yeah. But they find the church and that they see the guy walking around. And they're like, yeah, this is
And
fun.
Grant's on his way. Grant and his crew is on the way. They're like, God damn it, we gotta shut him down.
Yeah, this is for me the dumbest part of this movie because it makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah, so yeah, well, first McClane goes in. Barnes is hanging back, and McClane's like, I'm gonna go take out this guy, and then his pager goes off because Holly's paging him. He's like, oh my God, and I do like this guy just flies over a truck.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, that guy was like once he heard that pager go off, that guy's like, I'm gonna kill that dude.
Yeah.
He does give McClane a run for his money, but McClane stabs him in the eye with an icicle in the very end. Brutal death. Everyone's kind of alarmed of the situation, and this is where Grant and his team arrive, and they're gonna gun down the place. And you see them like we got a situation, and everyone locks and loads these clips.
Yeah, with blue electrical tape.
Special clips.
Right.
Yeah.
And you see later on too that Sadler's crew or Colonel Stuart is also like, you know what to do, and people also grab blue clips.
Right. Okay. Why did they do this? Why was any of this necessary?
To make it look real for McClane.
Make a
and the
2-hour
cops.
movie.
Okay,
And
so there were 4 people that weren't in on it. There was the one soldier who they kill, McClane, Barnes, and Carmine. They
So
could have,
first of all,
and they wanted to
this
kill all of them. Just shoot these people, don't use blanks, and leave.
Right.
That one soldier that wasn't in on it he's like, yeah, because I remember this I have notes about this. He's like, yeah, they just put me on this detail yesterday. Like,
they're all talking.
the
They're
guy
all
that was
talking
supposed
old.
to he got appendicitis. Like, if you're planning a fucking Washington D.C. airport heist, and you're like one of your guys gets appendicitis, would you just put on another guy, or would
Right.
you go one guy short?
Well, I mean, I think it would probably be honestly like that would be the protocol. So they're like, we don't want to raise suspicions, but everyone was like, well, we're clearly gonna slit this guy's throat, which
Right.
they do. Once he's like, I wasn't on that previous mission. They're like, haha, I know you're dead.
But also, like, from the military perspective, it's like we need the best of the best to, like, take down a hostage situation in an airport. Oh, shit, Dave has appendicitis. What's Steve doing?
Put
Steve.
Carl in there.
Yeah, Carl, come on in.
Right. Also, how about let's backtrack to what Mike's saying. So there are only yes, the whole distraction was you want to like fake out the cops, you wanted to fake out McClane, but the reality of what we're shown is there's not like a crew of cops that show up.
Right. It's 4 people. Yeah. Like, they went through all of this trouble with the fake clips
Right,
and all this correspondence to pretend to fight in front of 4 people who they spent the whole movie trying to fucking kill.
Right, so they could have shot all of them: Barnes, McClane, Carmine Lorenzo, and the crew member that was forcibly on. Shoot him and be like, "Ooh, whoops, casualty."
Yeah. Right.
Like McClane,
Yeah.
like McClane.
yeah.
Well, sorry, McClane shot him, and then we got McClane. They're like, that sucks.
Yeah.
They could have ended this right here and now.
Correct.
Yeah, right.
This would have been the end of this movie.
Yeah, but no.
No.
So now McClane has a gun with full of blanks. He gets a snowmobile, and the way he gets a snowmobile is he has a real gun, shoots someone dead, but he's pretty much out of bullets. And he gets the snowmobile, and he gets a gun full of blanks, and he's like trying to kill people. He's suspicious on why it's not killing people. Eventually, he's gunned down, and he like flies over a truck and goes off some kind of ramp. They shoot the snowmobile, it explodes. They think he's dead, and they're like, finally, we're done with this
Good.
guy.
Phew.
And then now we're on the way to the airport. They fueled up the airplane. They're getting Esperanza to the tropics, some tropical area. And McClane is figuring out, because he's not dead, these are blanks. Something's happening. So he goes all the way back to the airport, which I'm assuming is miles and miles away.
Yeah,
At this
airports
point.
are pretty
Crazy,
big, yeah.
dude.
I don't even, yeah. He then
Dulles Airport is huge. It's fucking huge.
Yeah.
He
I
takes-
mean, I get
I've been
that this was filmed in Stapleton, but
Right.
fucking Dulles Airport, it's huge.
Like, realistically, John McClane ran 48 miles over
Right.
the duration of this movie.
he gets Marvin's little like golf cart, drives it right to Carmine's office. And he's like, it's all fake. He's like, I'm sick of you. Like, I'm like, sick of him. Like, oh my God, dude. Like, this guy.
yeah, he's been right every time.
Right.
But also, like, why is Carmine just sitting there? And he's like, they're blanks, man. And then McClane pulls out this, like, M16 and shoots, and it's all blanks. Just note, there's 30 cops behind him that would have killed him dead.
Killed
100%,
him
yeah.
dead.
Right.
Yeah.
But everyone waits to see what happens. They see they're blanks, and they're like, oh my God, Grant is on it.
Let's just see this play
And
out.
now,
Yeah, they weren't
now
really
Carmine's
big fans
like,
of Lorenzo
No,
at all.
no one is.
it's time to kick some ass. Like, okay,
Yeah,
buddy.
Lorenzo's finally on board with the program.
Yeah.
And he recruits his dingbat brother from the tow truck earlier.
Yeah, he's the one who gave him the ticket.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas. Bah. Hot dog
Just fucking
hands.
shot that guy right in the head.
Hot dog hand him. Whipped him.
That's why none of those cops shot McClane when he had the blanks gun, because they're like, it's just Carmine. No one likes him.
You're like, oh, you fucking asshole. They were blanks.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, basically, we assemble the crew: Colonel Stuart and Major Grant and General Esperanza and all of the remaining men, and get in this ginormous plane that is as big
It's
as
the same. It's Air Force One. The
Yeah,
same
it is.
plane
It's
that
a
is Air
giant. Yeah.
Force fucking One.
What would that be, like a 747? I don't know.
I think it's maybe a 787.
I don't. Yeah,
know.
it's a big.
It's
goddamn
huge.
plane.
It's a
It's
seven.
the biggest Boeing ever.
Whatever
made.
the biggest Boeing ever. Yeah.
big boy.
Yeah.
Big Boeing.
Bow hard.
Yeah, times 7.
Wow.
7 boys
7 boys. Okay.
Whoa.
with a Z.
I see. Is that our boy band?
It is.
Okay.
So
I'd
yeah,
also like to know how General Esperanza convinced all of these dudes to come over towards him.
I don't know.
Money and cocaine.
Apparently, it happened in Guatemala,
Yeah.
Sure.
I guess. But
They were partying
I
pretty
don't
hard.
know.
Like, stuff happens in Guatemala.
Yeah, well, McClane is the only one that still could do anything about it. So he calls over the reporter from before.
Yeah, the commie pinko bitch.
Yeah, and he's like, "Hey, I need to borrow your
Get
helicopter."
your pinko fucking helicopter. out
And
in the air,
she's like, if
bitch.
you have, yes. So Samantha Coleman is like, yeah, like absolutely. And that helicopter pilot's like, what are we doing here? While in air, You're like, I
He's
can't
on
get
board,
closer.
man. Until he's like, "Can you land in front of this plane?"
He's like,
He's
Nope.
like, no,
I'm not gonna do
absolutely
that.
not.
So McClane, and earlier she's like, if you give me the story, I'll have your baby. He's like, that's not the story I want.
Yummy.
But yeah, he jumps off a helicopter onto the plane, and then Grant goes out to dispatch of him. McClane's jacket is caught in like part of like a flap. That's
It's
like,
the aileron.
aileron? Yeah.
Yeah, so they
say
can't take
that
off.
sober.
No one
so
can.
I can't say it.
So
What?
Grant comes out and tries to brawl a little bit. McClane just beats the shit out of him. Like this is
Yeah.
like a weird fight.
He's terrible, dude.
yeah, and then
He's
Grant,
the worst fighter ever.
yeah,
is.
Grant goes right into engine turbine, and he's splattered all over the place. Now Sadler or Stuart, Colonel Stuart comes out, and he's got a gun, but like they're like, don't shoot. Like it seems like last case scenario he'll shoot because
Well, I
that's
mean,
like
the wing is full of gas.
right.
Yeah.
So McClane, while fighting him, is not doing really
no,
well.
he's getting his ass kicked.
But is able to open like all the fuel, and that shit is pouring out everywhere. There's like fuel
and
everywhere.
I'm pretty sure in a plane that's that big and that advanced that as soon as that thing popped open, fucking red alarms would be going
Oh,
off.
100%.
And Esperanza never says anything. Like, he's like, "There's a flap open, I can't take off." But like, fuel's just dumping out, and he's like, "Hum hum, just flying a plane." Yeah. So McClane goes flying off, and then lights it up.
Are they taking off on the world's longest runway?
yeah, this is
also?
like the Fast and Furious runway that's 37
Yeah.
miles long. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
because they're driving down this thing for a while.
yeah, and McClane takes out his Zippo and click.
Yeah.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Other buckets.
motherfuckers.
It's
And-
crazy how long this trail of fuel must have been to go back
yeah.
into a moving, ready to go into the air airplane.
It was a long way.
Also, I'm pretty sure if you set jet fuel on fire, it would burn immediately up and then it would go out. Like, good night. I'd just be
Yeah,
like,
that's probably true.
That's not the McClane way.
No, it's not. He doesn't know
no,
he rolls.
that's not.
Yeah.
But
You gotta hot dog it.
that plane totally explodes,
Big time.
and they're all super dead. And because of the wreckage, all these planes that have been circling for hours, they're like, "Hey, we could land because we could see everything's on fire. Let's
Yeah, let's
point-
point
let's
ourselves
go to
towards
it."
this fire. Yeah.
And they do.
yeah.
and everyone's
And it
saved.
works. And yay.
Yeah.
And they're able to coordinate who goes first and have like 13 planes land on
Yeah,
this
it was
one
really
tiny
well
strip.
executed.
Yeah. Samantha Coleman got her story. It's fantastic. Holly's on the ground. She's like, "Johnny boy." He's like, "I missed you.
Why does this keep happening to
And
us?
we'll never see you again in any of the other films."
That was the only logical thing that was said throughout the movie. Why does this keep happening to us?
But we'll never see her again.
Yeah.
There'll be like brief mentions, but that's
Nope.
it. No more Holly. But that's pretty much it. We did forget that Holly did eventually tase.
Oh, to get him off the
Richard
air
Thorne.
because he was
Walter
panicking
Peck.
everybody.
Thornburg, when he was on the air, caused a crazy panic. Everyone fled from the airport. She gets in and tases him.
Yeah, she gets the taser from the woman sitting next to her who used it to tase her dog. I
So
guess.
Her small
I actually have a note about this.
Dumb
Okay.
bitch.
She tases this guy because he's causing panic at the airport.
At the disco.
There is a fucking airplane,
Panic at the Costco.
a big one that crashed previous to this at that fucking airport.
Correct.
Jeremy, wait.
None of these
Whoa,
people
whoa, whoa.
know about this.
Whoa, 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 what you're forgetting is they're dead and burnt. Don't worry about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, but what about the people that were in the?
Nope.
It's not like the terminal is fucking 30 miles away from the fucking.
I mean, it must be because
Tarmac they
that's how
landed
long
on.
the runway was.
Jeremy, in 1990, society moved fast.
Yeah.
Once that plane crashed, a minute later,
That's old news.
yeah, it was old news. They're like, someone invent the internet.
Yeah,
I'm gonna page my grandma.
Where's my page turner?
Santa Claus has it.
Yeah, and everyone's dead or happy, and that's how Die Hard 2 ends.
It's true.
Let it snow, plays, and that's where it's at.
Yeah, and the weird janitor takes him for a joyride in the go-kart.
Yeah, and they gave him a joyride.
It's just like Iwo Jima.
Yeah, the janitor's like, I
him
ain't
and his
cleaning up.
World War
I
II
ain't
shit.
cleaning up this mess.
And they couldn't because what they did to him was a
Yeah,
mess.
he's like, you're not certified to clean up jet fuel.
Yeah,
Get back in the basement, buddy.
jet fuel's
Hey,
nature's
buddy.
lube.
Yeah.
Go back to wheezing in the basement, buddy.
Well,
And now you're drunk.
before we give you our final breakdown of this magical bonus episode of Die Hard 2 1990, as always, feel free to reach out to us at rabbittroopsuckspodcast@gmail.com. If you have any cool movie ideas or fun facts or just want to hear those isolated sound clips, some random silliness you need to share with us, rabbittroopsuckspodcast@gmail.com. Our website is rabbittroopsucks.com. We have links there to episodes, merchandise, pictures, whatever you could imagine. You could probably imagine a lot. We don't have that, but we could get it there for a price.
That's right.
Fans. And with this, we are also on Instagram, we are on Facebook, and we are everywhere podcasts play. So if you're listening to us one area and you're curious about another platform, feel free to jump over. As always, it's the end of the year. Bonus episode? Come on. 5 out of 5 star reviews. Feel free to give it to us. We love you. Mike loves you.
We all have Japanese accents on Spotify.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's how we differentiate ourselves.
I see.
It's the McClane way.
Okay.
That's the AI talking.
He's just a simple McClane.
wow.
He's just a simple McClane.
With this crazy bonus ass episode of Die Hard 2, ringing in the holidays, multiplying gremlins, do they stand a chance against John McClane and a gun full of blanks? I don't know, but do you have a Barnes? Do you have a Grant? Do you have a Marvin? Do you have a Holly? 'Tis the season. Jeremy, what did you think of Die Hard 2 1990 for our awesome Rabbit Troop Sucks bonus episode?
The more we talked about this movie, the more it is just batshit crazy and ridiculous. But it is Die Hard 2, and I fucking love it.
You could say
I will
ridiculous.
always love it.
Ridiculous.
And I gotta be honest, I think this episode is gonna be right up there with like fucking Spookies, Raw Force, Zombievers. Maybe might even top them all. Who knows?
Yeah.
Top them off, Jeremy. Top them off.
Yeah.
How do you think this compares to Die Hard 1?
I like Die Hard 1 better because it's the original, and I also think that Bruce Willis put in a better performance in that movie. But again, I love Die Hard 1, I love Die Hard 2, and I love Die Hard 3.
3P.
And I'm not going to make any apologies for them.
I love it. Colin, what are you thinking Die Hard 2?
So I was telling Mike this earlier. I don't think I've actually seen this.
I don't know what to say about that.
I know, it's crazy.
Well,
Are you
Colin, if
liking
I
it?
could fly through the screen right now, I'd kill you.
Thanks, buddy. No,
That was extreme.
Yeah, I absolutely loved it too. I think part of the reason why it's so fucking crazy is because it was based on a book or something.
Yeah.
And I think if it wasn't based on a crazy ass book where they just put John McClane in, it wouldn't have been like nearly as fun.
But isn't that the story of Die Hard 1 where that was supposed to be like a continuation of Commando?
I think all of these movies were based on books, but the books were not related. Like, they weren't related series.
Yeah, this book was 58 minutes.
Sure. Yeah. The title of the book
Did you
is
say
58
this
minutes.
book was 58 minutes?
The title of the book is 58 minutes.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, like, you just introduced a fucking unit of measurement. That I'm unaware of.
I broke space and time.
How many book is it? It's 58 minutes of book.
Jeremy, it all comes down to microchip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Believe in
Microchip says it's 58 minutes.
Yeah. So I mean, it was exactly what Jeremy said. It's totally bonkers, but I did absolutely love it.
Yeah.
How do you think it stacks up to Die Hard 1?
I don't think you can compare them.
Have you seen Die Hard 1?
Yeah.
Okay, then fuck.
But I don't think you can really. They feel totally different.
Yeah.
Like this definitely feels like a sequel where they just commit to going off the rails and just escalating every single element.
That's fair. Mike, Die Hard 2.
Yeah, I love Die Hard 2. Die Hard 1 is a better movie. Die Hard 2 is just as fun. I guess in Die Hard 1, like, Bruce Willis did a lot of, like, off-script riffing that was really, really well received. So they tried to write that into this one, and it worked, I guess.
It did not.
I mean,
I don't think they understand what off-script ripping
no,
is.
no, it's fine. It's all fine. As we're talking through it, how dumb the plot is kind of shows itself, but it doesn't
I
matter.
can't remember the one line. You even wrote
doesn't.
it down. He says something so stupid.
We're here to jerk off that cocksucker.
Not that.
Okay.
Wow.
He says something like befuddled. He's like, "Duh, duh, duh," like, don't know where that is or something like that.
Let's see, what quotes did I write down that I haven't said? I'm stumped. I've got to lie down.
I'll do him.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh,
We
he
should
just
stick with the first quote.
right before he kills the major. He's like, "I've got enough friends."
There's that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also like how he looked around. He's like contemplating, like, should I befriend this guy? No. No.
I mean, we're both here on the
Take him
airplane
down.
wing. We have a couple things in common at least.
That's fair.
Yeah. No, this movie's great. It's a lot of fun. It's less Christmassy than the first one, but it doesn't matter. You just got to watch it.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
if you've got the Christmas spirit, it's going to find you one way or another.
Yeah,
Yeah, this
that's
movie's a ton of fun. Like, I keep asking everyone, does it hold up to Die Hard 1? Like, what do you think? Die Hard
of
1, I
course
feel,
it does.
yeah, like it's a different entity. It's just like a different movie. Die Hard 1 just has like a lot of magical written scenes. And Alan Rickman, like, you cannot
Yeah.
beat him. Like, that's,
Yeah.
like, that is just like insane. But there's also like really interesting plot points where it's like the fact that he doesn't have shoes, and that's like kind of like a foil to what he's trying to do and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
there's like interesting concepts. And again, Alan Rickman blows all these bad guys away in all this. But yeah, this movie's a ton of fun. I totally agree. A little less Christmassy, but I kind of have noted this before. There's still like snow. You still get the feeling like it's winter. There's things in the background. The Christmas idea kind of comes and goes throughout this, but the fact that it's a cold winter movie, like this is the movie you should watch in December, January,
totally.
whatever
Yeah.
it is. And you do
agree.
get a little bit of that Christmas flavor. I have a lot of fun with this. You can watch this with a group of people, alone, whatever it is. You've seen Die Hard 1 and 2, I'm sure. Yeah, this is definitely the bonus episode we needed
Yeah.
for
It
the
is.
people.
Yeah.
That's what the people asked for.
It is.
No one asked for that.
For the people, by the people.
We bonused episode.
Yeah.
We did it.
We
Microchip.
bonus all over it.
Yeah. Well, we told you we're going to come back at you with Last Action Hero,
Yeah.
closing out the year. Even though this is, you know, an intermission between, still this at the end of the week we'll have Last Action Hero. Any final thoughts about Die Hard 2?
No, I mean, this is a great movie. I enjoyed this fucking recording. It was good.
Yeah. We
This-
even talked about the movie a bit here and there.
This entire episode,
true.
Jeremy was dressed like the ghost of Christmas Present in a green robe. He was eating like succulent
Yeah.
pig and
Right.
apples.
He's got a hat made out of like laurel leaves and grapes and shit.
What is a succulent pig?
I'll show you after the podcast.
Well, we really hope you enjoyed this bonus episode. We hope it extends your holiday joy. Our previous episode was Gremlins and Santa's Sleigh before that. So we got 3 episodes to bring it in and one more to close it. Last Action Hero 1993. This was a lot of fun. I totally agree with Jeremy. I love that we got this one in. As always, Rabbit Troop sucks.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfuckers. Got you guys.